So in this never-ending tooth saga thing, whatever, I had to go in to the dentist and she was adjusting some things and getting it ready for like it's all a thing. Anyway, my mouth is open and she has this big wire, in her hands and she tells the dental assistant, "I want to try this trick that I saw on YouTube." And my mouth is open. It's all the open and all the, and she's got a wire. I just said that, but I feel like I really need to drive that point home. You're messing with my mouth. And I was simultaneously horrified and also delighted because, like, yeah, trying that thing you saw on YouTube, like, that's me in the box doing the things that you're seeing on YouTube. And so it was like, oh, well, at the end of the day, you are definitely my kind of dentist. And that is amazing. Scary, but amazing. And, she did try the thing and it worked. Her little trick that she saw on YouTube, it worked. And now, so this is the better way that she's going to put wires in people's mouths and screw them to jaws and all of the things. So that's cool that I got to be her guinea pig for that, really, which in and of itself, a horrible thing to say, and you don't really realize how bad it is being a guinea pig until you have a guinea, and it's like, oh, that's sad. Anyway, none of that has anything to do whatsoever with the bar that we are doing today, but when does it ever? I will tell you all about what we are doing in just a minute, but before I do, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudzers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for day 153 of 365 days of soap, and today we are doing the February bar. So it's the second in the 12 months of soap series, and I'm very, very excited for it. Now, this is a design that I actually do every year for the February bar because it's awesome and it's beautiful, and the design itself never changes, but the colors change. And I wanted to do a really pretty pink with all of this because I am doing the whole Mad Micas. I'm not going to use the same color twice throughout this entire, series because fun. And so I am working with a beautiful pink from Mad Mica. Don't know what it is right now. I think it's something about strawberries, but we will find out like in the video. So let's go there and we will talk about the soap and the things, in the video. Oh my God, I love this soap so much. So that's the design. And the blackberry thing that's up there is Blackberry Bay, which we will talk about. And I'm using Strawberry Moonshine from Mad Mica's to color both the embed, which is a cool little heart, and the little pinky swirls that are going to go into the bar. Now, I have been pouring this bar for, I don't know, 5 years, I think. And I used to do it with a really dark blue and a copper heart. Dark blue swirl, copper heart. Stunning bar of soap, for sure. And it was scented with spicy pineapple, which, to that doesn't really make the whole blue and copper make much sense. But it was gorgeous, and it was a big favorite with all the Sudzers. And I just started playing with it every year and changing the colors as well as the scents. And it turns out it's the design that people like more than anything, because I make it smell like all number of things, really, over the years. I have done so. And it goes like crazy every year. And so, of course, this had to go into the line for February because heart, like, let's hit the nail on the head, right? Makes sense to me. And of course, the kaolin clay into the soap, but only the soap that's going to stay white. And the only reason for that is I forgot to put the kaolin clay in before I poured off about 6 ounces or so for the swirl. So, not a big swirl. Not a lot going on. Not a lot of soap with that one. And again, the only reason that the kaolin did not go into that is because I forgot to put it in before pouring it off. But super easy pour. Really, really beautiful bar when it's all said and done. The embed itself was made with a mold, a silicone mold that came from brambleberry in the shape of a heart. So that was easy peasy. It was nothing like the embeds that I did yesterday for January's bar. Those were hard. Oh, I mean, they weren't hard. They were just super time consuming. And that was not fun. But, you know, whatever. The things we do for our soap beauty, right? Now, again, Blackberry Bay is what this is being scented with. And we will definitely be talking more about that, you know, in the next slide, but we don't really have a lot of time for prep work because there's not a lot of prep work that needs to be done for this. So let's go to pour, and we will talk about what Blackberry Bay is and how it entered my world. Okay, and on to the pour of this. Now, the bulk of the soap batter is going to go into the mold, and then I'm going to push that heart down into the bottom-ish, and then I'm going to do a swirl on the opposite side of where I put the heart down. I mean, you're going to see it, and it's much better to see it than try to actually let me or expect me to describe things, because I'm terrible at describing things, apparently. It's not fun. And Blackberry Bay. So let's talk about Blackberry Bay. So Blackberry Bay is a Jo Malone scent, a perfume that is absolutely delightful. Smells so good. And I actually picked this one up from Wellington like a year and a half ago when I did the Taylor Swift line. And I used this for, I don't remember what bar I used this for. I want to say it was the Fearless bar. Could be completely wrong. But I love that perfume. And it spoke to me in such a way that I was like, yeah, no, totally. This works for the Taylor Swift line, because I wanted all the Taylor Swift scents to be very like expensive perfume-y. But just like different types of expensive perfume that she would have worn during different periods in her life based on, you know, her age and also her level of bougie. Wow. I just threw that on the counter and let it do its spin. Oh, that's why. So my mold, my bracer in the mold was slipping. So that's why I just abandoned my Pyrex with reckless abandon. Really. That makes more sense. I probably should have braced that up. Anyway, I found a whole bunch of really beautiful perfume dupes. We're talking Tom Ford and Jo Malone and just so many cool ones at Wellington. And I had never worked with Wellington before, and I haven't worked with them since. I reordered, I think, 2 for the 12 months of soap line. I'm pretty sure I ended up using 2 from Wellington, and I reordered for that purpose. But outside of the Taylor Swift line, I have never worked with them before. And looking at their prices, I'm not 100% sure why. Right? Like, this particular scent, For a 16-ounce bottle, it's $23.50. For 25 pounds, it's $500. That's pretty decent. Those are pretty decent prices. So I'm not sure why I've never gone back to them, but I did love them for the perfume dupes that they do. They're pretty dead on. Really enjoy them. And the notes on this say a burst of deep, tart blackberry juice, blending with the freshness of just gathered bay and brambly woods. And it is a great scent. It soaps really well. It holds its scent beautifully. And yet, why have I not done Wellington again? Do you think it's a cheat if I do like use Wellington as a blind soaping test, like with Midwest and Sierra and all the things? Because I haven't done that in a minute, right? I think the last one that we did was Midwest. And really the only reason I abandoned it is because, well, now it's time for the soapy season, like the holiday season, and content has to change a little bit as a result. But I could go back to that. And I've only used 8 of their scents, which is kind of a lot. But I don't know. If you guys are interested in Wellington soap tests, let me know. Maybe I'll contact them and see if you guys can get a coupon code for my trouble. Really. I gotta make sure that that's the right size. I cannot believe that thing slipped. Anyway, this will be put into the oven for C-Pop and gel, because that embed, it's definitely not going to melt. It is going nowhere. And we will, cut into it. You know the drill. Tomorrow for me, but, right now for you. So let's go check it out. Okay, and on to the cut. As I said, this is C-Popped and gelled, and it's very, very pretty. Beautiful. No discoloration whatsoever with the Blackberry Bay. It looks very cute, and I really like the pink. And I should not be running this through my soap cutter, because the size of that embed, that melt and pour embed inside, yeah, that's a wire cutter killer right there. So don't do that. But isn't that a pretty bar of soap? That is just lovely. I really have dug this design in all of the many, many years that I've made this, and this year is no exception. And I like how it's not red. I was really not wanting to put red into the line, at least not this early in 12 months of soap, for sure. In February, Valentine's Day and red, and so I don't know. I just wanted to not do that right now. So I didn't do so. And so I really like this pink. The Strawberry Moonshine is actually very, very cute. It is called Strawberry Moonshine, right? I'm trying to see it on my thing. I don't even see it on my... Is that still a thing? I don't know. You saw it earlier. Rewind. But it's a beautiful pink. It's very cute. And that looks like a really cool swirl. I dig that. So didn't take a hanger to it. Didn't do anything like that. Just an in the mold swirl. And it worked out lovely. And with this little 12 months of soap thing as well, even though it's kind of weird because I've been telling you guys, talking about building a theme and the importance of, having color stories that work well together and all the jazz. Another little goal that I had with all of this was I wanted to make sure that I did not use the same Mad Mica's color twice. So, I've used Strawberry Moonshine, and I will not use it again for the rest of the line. I used Aphrodite yesterday, and I will not use it again for the rest of the line. And so, every month, new colors, and they only get used the one time, which I think is kind of fun. I can get behind that. That's a cool project too, because it actually forces me to use colors from the Full Monty that I otherwise would not, because it's way too often that when I want a pink, I'm going to use Voodoo. Or when I want a burgundy, I'm going to use Angry Rose. But now it's forcing me to use a lot of the colors in the Full Monty that otherwise I would not use. And I've never used Strawberry Moonshine before, even though I've had it forever, and it's really, really pretty. That is day 153, the February soap for 12 months of soap. So yeah, all things considered, that's actually a very simple bar to pour, and it is absolutely stunning with just the design itself. And there are so many cool things that you can do with that. As I said, I used to do like a copper heart through it with really dark blue navy going through. As far as the swirls go, I have done it with greens before. I've done it with obviously reds. And there's just so you can do it all one color, or you can, do like contrasting colors to really make it pop. Tons of different beautiful ways that you can actually do different things with this bar, and it's stunning every time. The scent on this is gorgeous, and I like that we were able to use some of the stuff from Wellington, I think, and continue on with, well, all of my Taylor Swiftums, because that was the reason why it was selected anyway. A couple of them are legitimately that. And yeah, no, the soap is cool. So far, so good. The embed is a lot easier to make than the ones that we did yesterday, because I did all those individually. And this one is just one mold, silicone, pour in, done. So it makes it a very short bar to pour. If you're interested in this February soap, well, you need to go to soapandclay.com and sign up for the newsletter, because during 10 Days of Thanks, which is coming up, we will be giving away 10 on one of the days, 10 of the 12 months of soap full sets. So go make sure to sign up for the newsletter, because that's how I drop all the information for 10 Days of Thanks. You definitely want to be a part of it. For the Sudsers who are a part of the newsletter and the YouTube thing, hey, thanks for being a part of all aspects of my life and being cool with me talking about weird dental things, because it's part of my life in a very big way these days, and still wild to me. But I appreciate you for, being here and sharing and all of that wild with me, be it teeth or soap related. I'm out of here for today, but I will see you guys all again tomorrow for another round of soapy fun. Bye.